In this video, I'm going to show you that not all pro traders make a profit every single time that they trade. And if somebody tells you that they do, they're not telling the truth. Because in this video, I'm going to show you some of my trades from this past month on US30. I'm going to show you some wins, I'm going to show you some losses, and then also some of my lessons learned from those particular trades. If you're new here, welcome to my channel where I provide the best content for new day traders. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that way you'll be notified every time I create a new video. In this video, make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to give you some of my top lessons learned from each of these trades, and it's going to skyrocket your ability when you're taking your own trades for your own day trading. So at this point, you may be wondering, who am I? Well, I am Lakeisha Tomlin, a former engineering manager turned full-time day trader, and I love helping people with day trading and making this type of content. And if you want to learn how I quit my job and made $100K in 6 months, then go ahead and check out the description box below where I give a free day trading masterclass where you can learn more about my journey, all the things that I had to learn, including 3 secrets that help me amplify my day trading. So you can get that completely free in the description box below. So in the month of September, I made over 100 trades. And of course, we're not going to go over all 100 trades because this video would be days long. But we are going to go over some of the key ones. So let's go over and hop on my computer. Right, so this is the portion where I'm going to break down 4 different trades. Now these trades were back to back to back, so it's going to be a little jumbled, but stay tuned because you'll definitely learn something from this video. So I'm going to show you this particular day. This is a screenshot from MetaTrader 4 on my phone. As you can see, I took all of these trades. The ones that I have checks next to, these are the trades that we're going to go over, and then we're also going to go over one of these losing trades. I think I just picked this one right here just because it was the easiest to find. So it's going to be a little shifted because the chart inside of MetaTrader 4 is a little bit different than the chart in TradingView, and if you've been trading any amount of time, you've probably already recognized that already. But I wanted to be transparent and to show you these are some of the trades that I took on this particular day on US30. So let's go ahead and go back to US30. So right now I'm on the 1 minute chart, and mainly on this particular day, I was pretty much only looking at the 1 minute, the 5 minute charts, mainly because I was still fairly new with US30 and I really wanted to find a really good scalping strategy. Now, after a few more weeks of testing this out, I realized that I'm not really a scalper. I mean, I did do it a long time ago and had a system that worked for me on a different market, but for US30, I really didn't like it. It's just things were just moving too fast. So these are some of the trades that I took. So the first trade that I took was here. I was aiming for about a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And basically my target was hit. One of my lessons here was that I probably should have let it go a little bit longer even after my profit target was taken, mainly because I could have gotten, let's see, about almost 5 times my risk, which would have been awesome. So, you know, these things are in hindsight, and when you notice these things in your trading, especially if you journal, and if you don't, I definitely recommend that you do. But when you notice these things in your trading, you definitely want to take note of them. And I don't like to think of it as like, man, if I would have held to, you know, all the way down there, then that would have been X number of dollars. Like, it's good to recognize that, but not dwell on it, because in the moment, you're experiencing different feelings and emotions that, you know, are, you know, in hindsight, it's like, yeah, I could have did that, but could you have really done that in the moment? And I know for me, in this particular moment, that answer was a no. So I was happy to get out and get the money that I did. So this was the first trade, and then the second trade. So it's going to be a little bit jumbled. So let me clean this up a bit so that way it's easier to see. All right, so cool. So the second trade is actually right here. This was about a 1.68 risk to reward. I was really wanted to hold it longer, but I was really happy with the profit that I had inside of MetaTrader. So I ended up just closing this position. And once again, you know, looking at my journal, I realized that, hey, you could have gotten a little bit over 2 RR on this position, but once again, it's something that I know and I use for the future for my own use. So this was my second trade. It was definitely a scalp. And the other thing that I really didn't like about this particular trade is that it was a counter trade, and then also these other trades, and we're going to talk about why that is. But mainly the main trend was going down. As you can clearly see, this is a strong candle right here. It stopped, it came up a little bit, and then it came all the way down here. And then it started to pull back a little bit. So this was just a minor pullback because, as you can see, it continued to go down. Then it had these little pullbacks, and then, you know, way in the future, it continues to go down. And today it's actually much, much lower than it is right here. It's actually close to 29 something at this moment. So as of today, but anyway, so I really don't like taking counter trends, mainly because, I mean, yeah, you can make some money, obviously, but the trend can flip on you at any time. And that kind of is the thing that happened here. So with this trade, you know, it was a scalp, and I was able to make a little bit of money. As you could see, you know, here, it was this trade right here. This was a buy, and it was $200 and something. I didn't risk all that much, so it was a great deal. You know, for the day, I ended up in profit with $700 and something. You can see that there's a lot of commissions because I took a lot of trades here, but basically, you know, this was a decent day. So I really don't like taking counter trades. It's something that I noted in my journal, and it's something that I try not to do unless there's a market structure break or something like that. But in this case, I really wish I wouldn't have, although it did turn out positive. So same with this trade. It was kind of the same thing. Ended up with a little bit over a 1-to-1. And I typically like to aim for 1-to-2 risk to reward ratios, because if I'm going to put my money at risk, I want to at least double it or at least get 2 times what I'm risking. I really prefer a 1-to-3, but that just wasn't the case here, especially because it was a counter trend. So, you know, I got what I got and it was good. And as you can see, this particular trade was, okay, it was like $300 something, which was better than the other ones, or actually almost better than the other ones. But anyway, so then the next one, this was a loss for $77. And pretty much after this point, I just got out of the market. I was like, okay, I got some money. Let me not give the markets any more money back. So this was also a counter trade, and I thought that maybe it would come up to about this area and then reverse, which is why I was targeting here, which would have been a 2.57 risk to reward. So basically 2.5 times my risk. That would have been awesome, but as you can see, it didn't. It reversed quite quickly, and then once I saw it started to reverse, especially when this wick started to form. So let me highlight it so you can see it, but this is kind of tiny because I'm on the 1-minute chart. So I won't let me do it. But anyway, this area here, I'm just gonna remove this and click it. But this area right here, basically it started to form this wick at the top as some form of rejection. And then I got out of the trade, which I'm really happy that I did, because that $77 loss or unrealized loss could have turned into a much greater loss, especially with this next candle right here. It basically would have taken all of my money and some, because the price just continued to go down. So basically, these are just some of my lessons learned from these trades. I mostly learned that I'm not really a scalper, at least not right now. It's just, you know, on US30, with there being so much volume and the fact that I'm already on the 1-minute chart, it just wasn't something that I enjoy doing. So I really love going with the trend. I do like US30, so I'm gonna stick with that, definitely. But basically, it'll just be with the trend trades, and then also continuing to look for those 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 or sometimes even higher risk to reward trades. So another thing that I'm also working on at least for this particular market, is reducing my risk. So having a small stop loss as much as possible. So I have been getting really good at that on this market this month. So I'm really excited to see what next month and the following months will bring on that. So until then, I will keep you posted. And if you like this kind of content and you want to see more content like this in the future, go ahead and comment in the comment section below and let me know. So that way I can continue doing these kind of lessons learned, monthly breakdown type videos in order for you to continue learning on your trading journey. See you next time.